So we're going to start at the beginning now with Florida history. So as you look at this painting, what do you think you're seeing? Today we were having a tour of the legendary Florida collection. The paintings are a collection that were done by Jackson Walker. He did them over a period of time. The museum actually acquired them in 2006. So we have this collection of paintings that really represent a very accurate portrayal of some of the most important events of Florida history. It's Sir Francis Drake with his band of kind of assorted people that he got along the way, coming in to destroy the city of St. Augustine. We think of Sir Francis Drake as this great historical good guy. He was really just a pirate, really and truly. The English government said, you go in, you do what you want to do, you can take all the plunder, and then we get the land. Because this English wanted the Spanish colonies, just like they were still having the fights in Europe. That spillover between the English and the Spanish for control came to the New World. So they were still fighting over it even here. So we're going to come around here and look at this painting. This is one of my favorite paintings in the exhibition. This is William Bartram. I think my favorite painting is the William Bartram, the Flower Hunter. Just because being a native Floridian, I recognize so much of the flora and fauna, and I think it's a really beautiful story. And Bartram had such an impact on the history of Florida and still does today. So many of you may have read Bartram's books or know about Bartram and the Bartram Trail. William Bartram was actually the son of the royal botanist to the King of England. And he was commissioned by the king to come to Florida. This is on the St. Johns River. He was commissioned by the king to come to Florida and make drawings of the plants and the animals and the trees in Florida, and to actually basically create an encyclopedia of what was here, because it was so different than anything they had. They didn't know what the things were. This one is one of my favorite pieces here. Bartram and this one are two of my favorite pieces. This is the captive Osceola. What's really strange about this painting, and there is something very strange about it. Now, if you think you were going to be captured, would you be dressed in your finest wear? No. What happened with this story was the government knew that in order to really end the Seminole Wars and the battles with the Indians, they had to get control of Osceola, because he was a charismatic leader. The people would follow him wherever, and they couldn't get him. So the government sent out a group to talk to him, and they said, look, under a truce, under a white flag, we're going to meet 10 miles outside of St. Augustine at Moultrie. You're going to come and we're going to talk about creating some kind of settlement. Well, Osceola and his 80 people went. They were immediately captured and marched back into the city of St. Augustine. The government never had any intention of signing a truce. It's great to let people know about DeLand and the history of DeLand, the rich history of DeLand, but also about the history of Florida. And then the fact that the Museum of Art felt it was really important to have this collection to make it available for the public.